T, it's been a while. Not only are you my favorite letter, but you're the boy. You're the OG. You haven't been on this channel in a while. You are currently on the Let's Play channel. We're playing through NBA 2K16 with an absolute freak show of a player who, I don't know, he's going places, but he shouldn't.
Frequency Vibrations is on the rise, and everyone should go check it out.
The only place that he looks like he's going is into the girls' locker room. So.
I mean, that guy is a humanoid if I've ever seen one. It is a vile creature to look at. Never mind. I don't encourage anyone to go watch that Let's Play.
I did want to scale it back, though, to tame and reel in the craziness here and bring you back to the main channel for a little discussion, something we used to talk about all the time on our Let's Play of this game on Degenerate Plays. Check it out, like literally 500 plugs here. Arkham Origins. There are rumors. The rumor mill is swirling that it's getting a remaster. Now, not a remake. It's not like they're remaking the whole game in like the night, with Knights gameplay or anything like that, but just a remaster. I wanted to talk to you about this today. So if you enjoy this video, or if T does as well, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We appreciate you very, very much. Now, here's the whole thing with this. This was originally leaked quite a while back from an insider. Now, keep in mind, insiders also leaked Arkham Insurgency. They also leaked Arkham Legacy. And while there was validity to those leaks at the time, right? Like we got Damian Wayne concept art later, and we got all this stuff later where it's like, oh, they did work on a lot of these games, including Superman. They just canned them all.
Right.
Just because something's leaked doesn't mean it will happen. But one interesting thing is that this was actually potentially leaked from one of the same places that leaked the Nintendo Switch Witcher 3 port, which ended up being real. And this was essentially a leak of a Arkham collection, say, for Switch. Now, the problem with this is that there also is an Arkham collection on everything else that doesn't include Origins. But it is weird timing, and I know another channel pointed this out too. This is Video Game Leaks was where I originally saw this. So if you want to see new information for games and leaks and rumors and stuff like that, I recommend checking them out. I'm going to leave their link to their channel in the description down below under sources, because I don't want to take something from them and not credit them. I saw it from them. I saw it from Alex, who's a friend of mine, podcast now. He talked about this about a month ago. But since then, that date was also accidentally posted online for the Arkham collection. Here's the thing, it's just weird timing. It does make sense to release something Arkham again to kind of hype up things like Gotham Knights, even though it's not in the same timeline, or, the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. And it makes sense. It doesn't necessarily need to involve Origins, but with Origins' direct tie-in, especially in the post-credits, to the formation of the Suicide Squad, it also wouldn't make sense to just permanently leave this shelved. Like, you'd think that if the Suicide Squad game is in the same timeline, you'd want to release a Batman game to kind of build up to that and be like, hey, look, this is how the Suicide Squad was formed. Do you want to play the game now? It takes place later in the same timeline. You want to play it? You'd think you'd want that free publicity and free marketing, because so far, there's not really any marketing or publicity behind Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Just a couple of clips released at shows.
No, and that's really all that we've seen, is that DC fandom is really the only content that we've seen in relation to it. And then even Gotham Knights, they're starting to release things. We've seen like the Robin trailer and the Nightwing trailer recently that came out. But I think that, honestly, with everything going on with Ezra Miller and just DC in general in that regard, and there's just been a lot of chaos in the film side of things, and then with, like you said, a lack of marketing and kind of push for things like Suicide Squad. And honestly, I haven't felt like there's been a ton and a big push for Gotham Knights either. I think they've been starting to really ramp it up a little bit, but it's still kind of slow. So I guess what I'm saying is a win by bringing out Arkham Origins as a remaster and starting to get that information out there, get a little bit of hype going on something that people have really, it's grown on people over time, is what I've noticed too, is that it's almost like a cliche to say Origins is underrated now, because it's no longer really underrated. Everyone is like, well, now I really appreciate this game and everything that it did with the story and the elements of the map, and even though it's kind of empty in some portions, there's still some great things to love. So, and we just went back and played, one thing that we were talking about before the video is that we went and played a Let's Play on the PC version of the game that was all updated. The graphics looked great. It ran smoothly. And it's such a fun and I felt it was an infinitely better experience for me than when I played it on the 360. There was no, like, the map wasn't just trying to catch up all the time whenever I would do a dive bomb. All of the graphics were substantially better. The combat flowed better. So, like, my point is that I think that there's a lot of really negative things maybe swarming around DC, and there's not a big push for excitement with Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights right now. I know that a lot of people are kind of down on Gotham Knights based on some of the trailers and the combat from what I've seen.
Are you taking a shot at me here?
No, just even people that I've talked to. And so
and I are kind of like, you're more excited for it than I am.
Yes.
And
yeah.
and I would say neither of us, though, is hyped on the level of if we got that Superman game from Rocksteady, or if we got in our Batman game, or if we got the Justice League game in that same timeline. It's like, so you're more excited for that than I am. I'm still interested. Like, I'm interested in Gotham Knights. I'm more interested in, the Suicide Squad game.
Agreed. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's really a lot of swarm of negativity around them right now, including the DCEU, which is just a big yikes right now with no Cavill, supposedly. Who knows on Affleck? Like, he wanted to come back, supposedly, now, because no Joss Whedon and stuff. But who knows if, like, all this crap around the Flash movie, like, because it seems like that man is cursed. So who knows if that's just going to be discouraging, where it's like, I really should not be involved with this anymore. They got Shazam 2, which I'm excited for, but no one's really talking about.
Same with Aquaman 2.
Aquaman 2, the only thing people are talking about is Amber Heard. So, you kind of got all this crap around you right now, and nothing on the horizon. Like, as far as I know, there's no, like, oh man, at least we've got Lego, DC Supervillains 2 or something to look forward to in the near future. There's really nothing like that for DC. They're just in a weird spot. And it kind of seems to me like this is something that would really be good to bring back because, like you said, it is an infinitely better experience. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not fun on the original. We still enjoyed the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, but there is something to be said about a game running well. I mean, there really is. You can get from point A to point B in your car if it kind of breaks down a little bit along the way or it doesn't have the best engine. But if you're having, like, just a smooth drive, you got the AC on, you've got your music playing, it's just a better experience. But they're both a car. Arkham Origins is kind of like that because on the PC, better frame rate. Sorry, my allergies are killing me. Like, it has a way better frame rate. We actually locked ours at 60, but you can technically go above that if you want to. For stability, that's kind of where we left it. It has a way better resolution. Like, we were playing it in 2K, so 1440p. The sky's kind of the limit on how it works compared to locked at barely hitting 30 FPS 720p on the original. And it's not just the frame rate and the looks of it in that way, right? The pixel count. Because you can have a low pixel count and your game can look good. The problem is that the textures are even worse on the original.
Right.
So it just makes everything look more jagged and not realistic. And it doesn't even really look cartoony. It just looks jagged. Like, you can see lines and points and stuff. Again, it doesn't ruin the game, but getting rid of that, smoothing this experience out, essentially giving the PC version, like the finessed PC version, because I had to fix it up inside the INI files and stuff, giving that to console players now, I think would satiate a lot of that hunger for the game, because there are also a lot of people who got into gaming since then who really only have something like a PS4 or PS5 or Xbox One or Xbox Series console. So there's a lot of people who weren't even into the series at that point. There's no good way to play them. You can kind of stream Origins through PS Now, but I'm going to be honest, PS Now sucks. And now it's technically not PS Now. It's like the PlayStation Plus Premium or whatever. It still sucks in my opinion.
Agreed.
I'm still not a fan of it.
There's a half-second latency, especially in a rhythm-based combat game. It's a nightmare. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I have never been a fan of streaming games in general, so I am biased regardless. But I really think that bringing this back would help fill that niche. People have been asking for another Batman game forever. And look, as somebody who's often just known for covering Batman, I get why they want to move away and do something else. It doesn't mean you can't still do that too, though. Like, you're good at it. You do both. You can make, maybe this is a bit of a weird analogy, but, like, I like making my Assassin's Creed videos. I also like making my Batman videos. You do both. Like, I think the company can make both. Like, you can go off, make Suicide Squad, make Gotham Knights, do whatever. You can still bring this back. Bring these back once in a while and don't half-ass it. Make it good.
Well, yeah, and I think that they understand how this has still got a massive community. The Arkham community clearly follows these games, is still looking for Easter eggs to this day, like as they go around and look for different things. And one thing that I thought about too that they could even do to really bring this launch and really maximize the launch, I guess, is why not that they necessarily need it, but why not bring Asylum, City, Night, and Origins all up to the PS5 level and have that next-gen capability for all of the games and just have this big Arkham collection. Sell it again if you want for $40, $50, $60. 4 games all brought up to that amount. I'm not saying that they should do that. I saw Last of Us Part 1 remaster is going to sell for $70. That's insane. That's one game reselling. I don't agree with that at all. But if you're bringing 4 games up and remastering all of them, Arkham Knight still looks great to this day, by the way, but I mean, why not just bring it up to the PS5 and elevate it?
It could run better, too.
It could run better.
The frame rate is still not where it could be, especially now.
Yeah.
Same with the pixel count. It's odd to me that never got an Xbox Series X enhanced thing.
Yeah.
I just think Rocksteady and WB, as much as I like them, are bad at supporting their old games.
Yeah.
They're just really bad at it.
Yeah.
They kind of shelf it and leave it there forever. But with this game especially, not to re-review this game, but it really gets into the Bruce Wayne side of things. I think that it actually helps round out the Arkham collection or the Arkham franchise really well because you can have Batman stories. You absolutely can. But if you don't have the Bruce Wayne side of him, he's not as humanized.
Right.
It's just what it is. You're just getting the vigilante aspect. And I will say, it's not a knock on them. But come on, do the original 3 games really get into Bruce Wayne that much? No, a little bit.
Or the relationship with Alfred, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's really fleshed out in Origins, too.
Well, it retroactively makes those other games better.
Yeah.
I mean, because you get into it, you find out things about how Bane ended up the way he is. Yes, it was a Band-Aid on a problem, but it still made sense. It was a good story with Bane. You find out how Joker gets this fixation on Batman. It helps add to their overall dynamic, other than just, well, I know they're fixated on each other from the comics, and I saw The Dark Knight.
Origins of Harley Quinn that you see. Yeah, don't you see Firefly as well?
You do, yeah. I mean, you see all this stuff, and I think that a lot of people, they were limited in their scope to that because unless you read 5 billion comics ahead of time, or watched the entire animated series, etc., like you just had what the games gave you.
Right.
And this game took what the games gave you and expanded it tenfold. It went into the human aspects of Batman. It let you go to the Batcave and actually hang out there. Something we asked for forever. And Night didn't even do, by the way, for whatever reason.
Yeah, and it utilized, given there is I think a very mixed feeling on this, it was the only Arkham game with multiplayer. And given it is by no means a perfect multiplayer. But I know for me and you, when that game came out, we put endless hours into that multiplayer mode.
Mainly sitting in the lobby waiting for matches.
Correct. But
and the rumor, supposedly, this is the one thing I don't like, which I guess I took too long in the video to get to. I apologize, but you reminded me of it. The rumor is that that'll be cut from a remaster.
Which is kind of a bummer for me.
That is a bummer for me,
it's
too.
It's not like life or death, but I am still bummed because it was a fun feature. I like to at least have the option to do it and go play with other people on there. But it is what it is at that point, I guess. But nonetheless, I still think that I don't think that it should be a standalone launch. I think that it could be something that would really benefit from all of the games being brought up to the PS5 and Xbox Series X level. But if it is just standalone by itself, I think it could still have a solid launch. Maybe they should have like a collectible or something, like a bonus that comes with it.
What would you pay? What would you pay for a physical, like no collectible, nothing? It's a physical PS5 case with the game itself. Would you pay $40? It's not a collection.
Well, the Return to Arkham when it came out was $40.
Right, exactly.
And that's 2 games. So I could see myself paying max $30.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with 30.
That's kind of where I'm at too. I mean, honestly, the thing I'm surprised about is that they don't do something. They still could, but I don't know if you remember when Fallout was launching. I believe it was Fallout 4 on Xbox One, and there was a package that included the original Fallout 3 with it.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't understand why they don't do something like that.
They should.
It's basically the lead up to Suicide Squad.
Right. Yeah, I think it would work really well. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I know it's just rumors, and I've seen some of these leaks around, and I hope it's not someone's uncle on Reddit again doing it. But like, I do hope that there is some validity, because I mean, like we said, WB and DC could kind of use a win right now, and this feels like just such an easy chip shot win. Just make it a functional, upscaled Origins, and people will be happy. It's something.
If it makes you feel better, people's uncles on Reddit are usually busy with something else.
That's
so and constantly making new accounts to post that. So they probably don't have time for Arkham Origins Remaster rumors.
That does make me feel better. Yeah, that's good.
I'm glad to make you think about that today.
Thank you so much.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content. Let us know, would you play an Arkham Origins Remaster, and what is your favorite part of it? Is your favorite part basically being able to beat up Shiva? You know, you could just like picture Amber Heard and you're like, revenge time. Let's go. Here's for Lion. I don't know. You know, you tell me. I'm not sure. I'm just interested to hear your thoughts down below. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out everything in the description down below, including a Patreon where you can help support this channel. We appreciate you very much. A thriving Discord community. No, not Dick Sword. We got one of those too, but a Discord community where you can hang out, make friends, have a good time. And we also have social media and other stuff. And my wife Jill makes wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, the best I've ever seen gifts for the whole family, people of any age. It's that time of year. It's July, I don't know what I mean. But maybe someone needs a present. Check it out. See you later. And as always, everyone, stay shui.
Where's the Dick Sword?
I'm going to show you.